What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan Rice. Today, I feel like a virgin. So what I mean by that statement, this is the first time I've been on the water in 3 months. I've done some alterations to my kayak. I've changed all my reels for the year, and it's probably going to stay that way for a very long time. But everything is almost like new to me. 3 months not being on the water, all new bait casting reels, a new setup on the kayak. So this is like a brand new day for me. It's like me starting all over again. So I want you guys to come along for the ride. We got some adjustments to our reels to make. We got some adjustments to our kayak to make. I'm not gonna bore you with those details, but we are gonna get into some fishing today and have some fun. This is our first day on the water in over 3 months. So come along for the ride, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. So the reels I changed to is Bait Fishing Co. This is the Hundo. I got 2 of these and 2 of the Goat 150s. This is their smaller reel, bait casting reel. It's made for finesse baits. You can use it for regular baits. It's got a 14-pound drag for a very little reel. And to compare this to the Goat, I'm gonna grab it real quick. This is the Goat, this is the Hundo. It may not look that different on camera, but as far as sizing and thickness, it's not substantially, but it's pretty different. You know, I compare this Goat to a Matchbox car, and I compare the Hundo to like a Micro Machine. If you guys are old enough to know what I'm talking about, Matchbox car, Micro Machine. But we're excited to use this. The Goat has I think 20 pounds of drag, so it's made for some larger baits, larger swim baits, heavy jigging and all that stuff. But they both have great concept that they're all aluminum. It's a very cool design. So we may have some backlashes today. We got some adjustments to make, but it's going to be fun. And I'm going to do a review video on these baits reels and why I changed from the Shimano Curado DCs. The water temperature, I'm letting this thing get adjusted. It looks about, we're about 52 degrees. We are gonna try with some crankbait, some jerk baits, Texas rig. I got some finesse baits. I got the wacky rig. I got shaky head. I have drop shot. We're just coming out today to really make some adjustments to our kayak, get used to these reels for the season, and just have a fun day. So if we catch, we catch. If we don't, not the end of the world, but gives me a chance to be on the water all again. I see some nice marks there. I don't think that's a bass. That's probably could be a gar, a bowfin. Usually when it's a gator, I could tell, but that may be a small gator too down there. But we're gonna try a little bit of fishing here, guys, right here where we usually fish for the first cast of the day at this little bit of a peninsula peak, and just see if there's fish holding there. We may have to go a little shallower. It's, you know, the water's starting to warm up a bit, I'm sure, because we're getting a little bit warmer temperatures. It's probably a lot warmer than it used to be, but we are going to just go search after them. I am starting off with a crankbait, a little bit of orange in color. That's one of those Excite crankbaits. I'm going to try a couple different colors of cranks today to see if I can get any action on them, but it may be too fast of a retrieve for what the water temperature is right now. You know, even though the water is 52, that may be warmer to a lot of people up north, but for us, this is winter water temperatures. I mean, yes, it does get colder for sure, but this is winter temperature still for us. That transition is going to be happening here, and I think it's starting to slowly happen a bit where we are getting warmer nights. So this water's going to start warming up. We should be getting into that really early pre-spawn coming up here soon, and things should start really heating up. That's one good thing about how KBF has the Lake Murray event set up this year. It's a week later than normal, so they're hoping with the water, you know, we heat up down here in South Carolina, and it really makes the bite super crazy and make it a great competition for all of us. We're definitely liking these track packs to have everything right within reach. We got these little tray inserts to hold different baits, different levels, if you can see that. So we're gonna put this away. We're gonna get out of lipless, but I just kind of wanted to show you how the track packs are sitting there, and how I have a dual tray insert, and on the top track pack is my soft plastics. So I did make a move. I'm running the lipless right now in a little bit deeper water. No luck yet, not worried about it. I know I'll get something on the end of my line today. It's just a matter of when and what. But we are making our adjustments to our reels. One little thing I think I'll change up here, my little homemade crossbars. I might shorten up the length of it and push it forward just a tad more so my foot clears, I think, this a little bit more. But to do that, I might have to cut the piece of unistrut down just a bit because the kayak starts to curve up, and I think it's hitting that point right now. So that will be an easy fix real quick. But besides that, we are liking it, having it in front of us. I didn't think I would, but I really do. And what's really cool about this setup with having this little homemade dashboard, or really any, like, you know, crossbar in your kayak, is the way I have it set up here with the cell block and the switchblade from Yak Attack, is that really if I could change this setup to a new fish finder probably within 20 minutes, just wiring in the power for the battery and mounting the transducer on the switchblade and running some wires here, I can probably change up in about 20 minutes. So if you're watching, wifey, and you're feeling that you really love your husband and you want to give him like maybe like a 24-inch fish finder screen, I could change it in 20 minutes. All right, guys, fish on finally. He's a feisty one. All right, nothing huge, but the first fish for 2024. Finally on the crank. We're just in search mode right now, trying to bang the crank off a cover, and we got one. And at first I thought I was just hung up, but he hit that lightly. Get him unhooked. We'll go back for the crank in a minute. We'll get him measured up and see what we got here. All right, guys, our front camera died, but we got 14 3/4. All right, I apologize for that. Our GoPro batteries are probably on their way out. We probably have to get a couple more, but our front camera died. So that was our first fish for 2024 on the crankbait. We caught it on the orangish color crankbait. We're just trying to bang it off a cover, and we're just in search mode right now because we are not finding anything in a slower fashion using soft plastics or anything. So we're just gonna, it's gonna be a day of 1,000 casts, I think, but it's getting us used to using these new reels, which is good. But that also got the skunk off, which we needed, because we need to get our confidence and our jive back, if it's what you want to say, for the 2024 season, because in a couple weeks we are going to be fishing, 3 weeks, I think 3 weeks, we're going to be fishing our first tournament for KBF. So we got to find the pattern. It's going to be here in South Carolina on a different body of water. We need to see what these fish are active with right now. You know, to me, whether it's this body of water or another body of water, it's going to be the same pretty much pattern, because I feel like you're in the same state. So let's see. All right, guys, I'm having trouble with my batteries in my front GoPro. I don't know what the deal is. I guess they're just getting old. So we may have to look for a different option to keep these charging while we're out here fishing this year, or get more batteries. But in the meantime, we're just going to use the back camera. We'll do the best we can off of that. So hopefully we can catch some more fish yet today. And we're just going to start cruising around, just really work the crankbait, and then we may slow down in a little while if we catch something on the crankbait. So I don't know, I might have to get a charging cable to run the front battery from this point on, because batteries get expensive. So I came back here to fish, but it seems like I'm gonna have an issue with really big wasp, big bees. You know, one warm day and they're all out here, and it seems like they're dive bombing me over that way, but I don't know if they're gonna keep doing it over here, but I'm not gonna deal with that, so I may not be able to stay back here that long, but we're gonna try. All right, guys, fish on. Probably about the same size as before. All right guys, 15. So I could have got another 1/4 inch out of that fish and got 15 1/4, but I didn't want to keep pushing it. I don't want to keep him out of the water that long, so I got 15. First fish was 14 3/4, second fish was 15. So the pattern is the crankbait along the edge around structure. All right guys, another fish on. There we go. One's a little bigger. He's a little bigger. All right guys, 16 1/2. All right guys, fish on. All right guys, definitely longer. All right guys, 17 1/2. All right guys, that was fish number 4. I want to try to get one more before I get off the water today, and as you see, every fish got longer, every one I caught. So that was 17 1/2. Let's see if we can find an 18 1/2 or even a 20 before we get off the water today. All right, let's go. So it seems like the fish, the bass, are holding in a particular part of the lake. So we're gonna hit this same area again where we caught the first 3 or 4 and see if they're still over here, because over that way there is nothing going on right now. So it seems like most of the bait fish and everything are in this area. So we're gonna try here again and see if we can get our 5th fish. All right, so we didn't get our 5th fish like we wanted to. We spent about 8 hours on the water. I think about 8 1/2 actually. I spent a lot of time figuring out my new reels, getting those set up. I'm going to do a review on those coming up. We were happy with today's progress. We got 4 fish. I think we totaled 63 3/4 of an inch. It's okay for 4 fish. The largest one being 17 1/2. So we got our feet wet for the first time in 2024. We didn't get skunked today. And our next trip out is going to be practice for Lake Murray. That's about it, guys. I hope you guys liked this video. I'm sorry about the front camera basically bailing out on me today. I got some battery issues with the batteries. I'm gonna find a solution for that and take care of that before we come out next time on the water. Hope you guys liked the video. As always, be safe on the water. I'll catch you guys on the water. See you very soon, and we have a lot of fishing coming up in 2024.